Next to the UK, where the Brexit deadline is fast approaching, with no deal in sight with the EU as yet. No surprise that the British government is looking elsewhere, including to its partnership with America to strengthen transatlantic trade.
But there are many challenges going forward. Our Washington correspondent Jagruti Dave reports.
A post-Brexit free trade agreement will be the next test of the special relationship between Britain and the United States.
We're going to be discussing trade. We can quadruple our trade with UK and we can, I think, really do a big job.
But despite the optimism from both sides, they'll need to overcome several obstacles before they can seal the deal.
The National Health Service is not on the table as far as our negotiations go, and we're not too keen on that chlorinated chicken either.
US food standards are one point of contention. There are also concerns over the future of the open border between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland.
And so if you had a full-scale adoption of the EU rulebook in the UK, that might diminish some of the benefits that we would get out of a free trade agreement. If you had to adhere to EU standards on all different kinds of food and all different kinds of products.
Even if President Trump manages to forge a deal with the UK, Congress has already said it would block it if Brexit jeopardises an open Irish border and the peace treaty known as the Good Friday Agreement. And there's a question mark as to whether the UK is even at the front of the queue of countries this US administration wants to make trade agreements with. Among them are China, Japan, Mexico and Canada.
Despite what you hear from the White House, this is not at the top of the U.S. list of priorities. Negotiating with China on a very sensitive, trading agreement or some type of trading relationship with China is the top priority in Washington.
One thing that could make a deal more likely is Donald Trump's personal relationship with the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson.
He believes he's the right man for the job. They share an antipathy toward the European Union, they share a desire to get Brexit done, and they share a desire to have a bilateral trade arrangement. The challenge is that it's unclear how far their policy agreement extends beyond that.
Another challenge is whether the UK is in a strong enough position after Brexit to negotiate a deal where they're not taken advantage of by the US. Free trade agreements typically take around 18 months to negotiate, but then take a long time to get ratified by Congress. President Trump has made it clear he wants to do a trade deal with the UK, but there's a way to go before either side signs on the dotted line. Jagruti Dave, CNA, Washington.